Hey guys, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Welcome to Saints TV Weekly, April 22nd. Thanks to Inglewood Coffee Roasters. Check them out on their website, inglewoodcoffeeroasters.com.au. Use the discount code SaintsTV24 and you get 40% off coffee, tea and chai products. Much needed after the debacle that was Thursday Night Football. So I won't go into too much. My review is there. It's a good 25 minutes if you want to watch it. It's just me in the car being really sad. I know a lot of you out there are sickos and absolutely love that stuff, so check it out if you want to. But basically, we lose by 10 goals, and it just seemed like it was a foregone conclusion. Ross Lyon before the game said he was nervous. The president, Andrew Bassett, sent out a letter during the week that just seemed very odd in timing. You know, usually that's at the bye if we're going well or not going well. It's kind of like, you know, the first part of the season's not been good, but to do it at, you know, after round 5 was kind of a very interesting time. And yeah, exactly the sort of feelings that Ross Lyon was exuding before the game translated on the field. We were slow, we were lethargic, we were boring, we looked tired, we looked disinterested, unorganised. There's many words to describe that. I could have said a few other ones, but I won't for the kids watching, but we just were not good. I guess last year we had the one game against Adelaide that we played poorly and maybe Gold Coast, but that's kind of, you know, you kind of say that's the one aberration, the mulligan. You kind of give them that. That means we have to bounce back on Friday. I don't know if that means we win, but we just need to play our brand of football and be better. And it's going to be a tough game against a rebounding Port at Adelaide Oval on Friday night. Prime time again. Please just deliver on a prime time slot. We just don't do that nearly as often as we need to, and we should as the club that we are. So big opportunity against Port, who got they were pretty shit themselves, to be honest. Started well and got blitzed by Collingwood, so they'll be ready to come out red hot, and we'll get some players back for sure. So that brings me to the injury update. Let's go through it. There was a scratch match on the weekend, another bye in the VFL, which I think is ridiculous. How do you get players back from injury if the VFL is just always off? And that's twice now. I think that's 2 buys in 4 or 5 weeks where we've had players that like Dougal Howard and these sort of guys that want to get minutes into their legs and we can't because there's no VFL. So I think that's just ridiculous. But anyway, Dan Butler, he's got his hamstring, so he's going to be out for quite a while. Max King test, Collard test, Paddy Dow test, James Van Ez test. You'd imagine King and maybe Paddy Dow could play against Port. Hunter Clark is also a test. He played for Sandy. Ben Patton played he played the scratch match. Ben Patton played in the scratch match. Mason Wood is getting very, very close. Brad Crouch a couple of weeks. Liam Henry a couple of weeks. Dan Butler obviously 4 to 6 weeks with his hamstring. So injury-wise, we are looking very good. Obviously, Jack Hayes test could come in this week. So we could have all of Paddy Dow, Hunter Clark, Jack Hayes, Max King. I do want to see Collard. I really do think, especially with Dan Butler out, I think Lance Collard deserves a game. And then with Benny Patton and these sort of guys, I think it's a very important time. And Jimmy Webster, don't forget, I believe, is it next week? He's back. So this is his final week of suspension. That means that I doubt we play him against North, to be honest, the game that got him suspended in the first place. But maybe after that against Hawthorn or Fremantle, I'd imagine we might be able to squeeze him in because I think we need him in the back half. And that brings me to the tipping, Saints TV tipping. I got 3 this week, so that was shit. Although I think a lot of people probably struggled. There was, West Coast. I think some people would have tipped GWS over Carlton. I mean, I tipped us over the Dogs, and a lot of people did. There was some games there. Even Port Adelaide over Collingwood. Some people tipped Port. I'm sitting 80th out of 212, so not too bad. But credit to everyone else who's doing very well. No weekly prizes this week. No one got the perfect score, but hopefully next week there might be a couple in there as well. And that brings us to round 7. Port Adelaide Friday night, 7:40 p.m. I think Adelaide Oval. Just the perfect fixture after what was Thursday night's shambolic performance, Having Port after that, just a cruisy away trip. That's 3 away trips in 4 weeks now. 4 games in 19 days. 4.75 days per game on average. So that doesn't really leave a lot of time when you're traveling to recover, to learn a new game plan, and then implement it, fly up, and then be ready for the game. So that's something that I'm definitely going to talk about during the week in other mediums. But that's going to be a big test. They might get Charlie Dixon back. He missed on the weekend. But like I said, we might get a lot of players back as well. And a quick update on all the content on Saints TV. Make sure to check out everything else, the review, What else is there? 5 things we learned. That was a really good one. It's very therapeutic this week, so check it out if you haven't already. Obviously, Saints TV live tomorrow night, 6:45 p.m. with Max and Jordan, and special guest Robert Eddy, who has a phenomenal 80% win percentage record, playing only the 33 games, 3 grand finals, or 2 grand final appearances, and 26 wins, if you don't mind, in 33 games. So check that out. I'm really excited to have him on for a chat. And then we've got the teams, obviously, Thursday, 6:15. We're doing it this week. So when the teams drop, because it's going to be a big drop, I imagine, a lot of changes. Check it out. That's going to be live. Jaden and the crew are going to talk about that. And then obviously Friday night football, the game, 7:40. And then I'll be on live reviewing it. Hopefully not sinking my sorrows and not being, like last week. And it's a bit more of a competitive performance. That'll be probably 10:30, 11 o'clock on the Friday night, so stay tuned for that, Sainers. Again, thanks to Inglewood Coffee Roasters for being the sponsor. Check them out, Saints TV 24, and I'll see you in the next one. But until next time, Sainers, enjoy the rest of your week, and as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.